Hello, hello, hello. It's Thursday, the 6th of August, 2026. Or the 31st of February, 2031 here in Shaftesbury. How are we all doing? Welcome back. Whoa. 75 stream streak. No streamer has seen the like. It's the path to 100. What could possibly go wrong? Welcome in, Danny. Thank you very much. That's some dedication. That's some dedication to the shaft right there. Thinking about what we want to do today. Last time out, we created the suburbia of Knellbell County, home of the former Atkin whiskey barons. We expanded Wee Wang Plaza a little bit. We installed our prison. You got a dream? I started again. Well, no fear. Never. This is it. This is our forever city. We finally found it. The big thing we did was create our university campus over here. Well, the beginning of a university campus, we might expand it. So we've got the university itself. We've got the university park adjacent to it. We created this nice little lawn area here. With the American football field on the other side, because obviously every university needs an American soccer team. American football team. We installed a new bus depot to handle a new terminus station, which has built-in bus lines and numerous train lines, which brings students in from across Shaftesbury, across the region. Multiple bus and multiple train lines have been created to bring people from every district with the maximum efficiency. And that's where we left things off. A lot of love hearts in the air. It's Valentine's here in Shaftesbury once again. About to have a population boom in 9 months' time. As you can see, demand for everything is high. We're making money hand over fist. We created a little tourist trap over here with our old lighthouse. But only one person on his motorbike ever comes to see it. Our forestry industry is catching up to itself over here, but the trees they planted originally are starting to regrow, which is nice. I've done nothing off stream, absolutely nothing. You'll be pleased to hear. One thing I want to do though is just begin doing some stuff. Not everything needs to be paved over, right? But like this looks a bit ugly to me. I'd like to try and do things with these little areas, because when you look from above, you can see this like diagonal thing, these little blocks, and you know, if we can just do a little thing here, maybe we can finally do something up here around this lake. Just to fill in these gaps a little bit. I don't think we want to do anything. I want the prison to stay out of the way. I'll probably put some more trees down here just to... Are you kidding me? Someone has stolen a car from the prison car park. No, that is true. That's what released prisoners do, I suppose. Well, again, we're just gonna have to go full Andy Burnham and put an end to prisoner release schemes. Is anyone coming to this? Oh, we're already here. Okay, we're securing the crime scene. Where's our nearest police station to the prison? Ah, it's pretty close. It's close enough. I was thinking maybe it was time for another small one. You got paste in your eyeball. Oh dear. Oh dear. I'm not happy with how this ends. This is just a dead end on this carriageway. Don't like it. I think we need to go... I think we need to cross back over here. That's what I think we need to do. I think we need to link this up. Not sure where, though. This roundabout's kind of taken. I don't know if there's scope for us to bring out another node here. Oh, there is. It could be done. And maybe we shall do it. But we'd have to come over here and go over the tracks. Or, something else I was thinking, there's a lot more trees here. We could create an entire new forestry industry over here. If we wanted. It's quite steep. Maybe we do bring this over as a bridge. Like that. And then it can come down here. And do something like that. That gives us a big route that way. We're so off center now. Misaligned with the tiles. It bothers me slightly. But that's fine. I think that's probably the most interesting thing to do. And we'll figure out what we want to do over there. There's definitely something we can do over here, though. I created this little alley just to hook up to this telecoms tower, but I don't know what we would do here, though. Build a water park, obviously. Yes. There we go. Just pop that in the uni campus. Got this hedge park, which I kind of like. Hotels and piers. I mean, we've got all that fucking. We've got all the docks and piers and quays. DLC. So. Now there's crime happening up here. Someone's stealing timber. It's unbelievable. How dare they? At one stage, I was considering turning this into a port, but it's so not the place for it. Like, maybe we end up having a port over here. I want it far away from the uni. In terms of a beach. It's a very unbeachy country, isn't it? Maybe it also has to be out here. I don't know. I don't know. We've only got so many options, and we've used a lot of them already. We've got all this space out here, remember? We could actually expand all the way out here. Make like a... We've got this bit of Main Street, which still goes nowhere. Well, technically this is Main Street, but we could tunnel through these hills come out here and expand this way. Look how far away everything looks from here. Then we could have a beach, we could have a port, we've got water on either side. That might not be a terrible idea, actually. Shall we see what that looks like? Got money to burn. I don't really need those tiles, but it just looks neater if I get them. Alright, we've bought a lot of space over here. Godspeed. It's not very flat at all over here, is it? We might need more tiles. We're committing to doing stuff with this zone. It's a big expansion when you look at it. How easily can we take this carriageway into a tunnel? And I might convert it. Oh, we can't because of a thing. Well, we're gonna have to bring this in, I'm afraid. To be fair, as soon as I made this a big circle, I didn't want it to be a big circle anyway. But we'll have to go with that for now. We're gonna make another forestry zone anyway. So I'm gonna convert this. Like that. We're gonna go all the way out here. And I think we're gonna have to do some terraforming to make this work. So if we say here, let's say where that little thing is there, that's where we come out. I started this series saying we're not going to do too much terraforming, but we need it. We need it. That's actually still quite far away. But it's a big tunnel. Big tunnel. That doesn't look great. Oh yeah, we got museums and things. Look at that. It's completely broken. I don't know what we're going to do to fix this. I'm not happy with this. This looks terrible. I can see through the world. Maybe we just need to be a bit more brutal about this bit. We need to come in even sharper. Now, if I do it from this side... Not feeling good about what it's doing with these tunnels. I gotta say. Alright, so that didn't work then. I'm gonna soften it back up. Try something a little bit different. Still doing awful things with the terrain. I don't even know. Oh, I kind of fixed it. Except I've now got this bit higher than the rest. Right, still not wonderful, but cover it with trees. But we're branching out after a long period. Old birch over here. Nothing but birch. Got a bit of pine over herb. Maybe we'll put very sparse younger pines in up here as well. Just to see if that helps at all. It's weird, but we are here. We're through. We're through. So let's go with that. Good afternoon, Emma. It is just afternoon, I'm right. No arguments. I have seen the Count Binface party political broadcast. I don't believe it. Alright. That's not going to be parking, but you're not parking here. Like, seriously. And I will make it so that becomes that there. Like that. Yeah, sure, let's go with that. So Emma, what we've decided to... What the fuck? Oh, come on, don't be... I look away for 2 seconds. Pausing it. We've decided to expand this way. Danny wants a beach, I want a port. Nothing was really pleasing about doing it on this side yet. Oh, I could have done now, really. Considering how far I've gone out that way, I could totally have done it over here. But I've decided to come out this way. We do have the train link. We've got another highway connection if we need it eventually. We've got options over here. It's going to be a bit rough and ready, but we'll see. No. Once this comes out, we're going to start working in straight lines again. Thanks for the extent of our space we've cleared out. There's all kinds of stuff we've got to think about when it comes to ports. It really is. But there's all kinds of options. Offshore oil drilling, for example. And fishing. Fishing industry. I feel like there's stuff I'm missing, though. Man, what if we had trams? What if we had an airport? What if we had an airport? What if we had a subway? Let me spend some points. What if we had a space center? Give me City Hall. Give me a post sorting facility. Give me a server. Gotta get the data center in. Alright, spent a lot of points now. Grand bridge. A magnificent bridge that'll be a landmark of a city. We could get an underground parking building. The city's going to shit while I'm over here doing this. I might need to figure out the true ins and outs of port life because I'm kind of confused. How big's the server farm? Pretty big. How big's the post-site facility? Not that big. What's that do? Oh. So stores intercity mail. Mail going to and coming from outside the city as well. Interesting. We've got a city hall. If we want to pop that down somewhere. Minus 5% city service based upkeep cost. Minus 15% city service import cost. Unlocks for city promotion city policy. Can be upgraded with city planning officers and a city court. Subway system. How big's the airport? Oh, yes. Ah. This little bit of land, cleared of trees, that's the perfect place to have an airport, look. Keep the airspace clear. I'm telling you, that's our future airport. This is our future airport right here. Next to some more... We'll just demolish these. That's how you do it, right? That's how you do it. Right. I kind of lost all perspective of what I wanted to do over here. I feel like I'm missing stuff for port building. I really do feel like I'm missing stuff based on what I've seen. I might need to come back to this idea. Let's be honest, we don't need a port. We need to get more customers in for these people. Let's go back to my actual plan of filling in some of these gaps. Finding out where this is going. Most of those warnings have vanished. Which I suppose is good to see. Fish on a stick? Fish on a stick. I got confused. I want to do something here. I feel like this should be... I think I'm just going to fill in... this shite. Because this is just... an aberration. And we'll put in a park. Of some description. What kind of park would we like? A haunted house park. There we go. Can have our Ferris wheel, which all we can see from the top is the top apartments of those towers. We can have a tourist attraction. Ooh. Maybe that's where we have our... Maybe we have our castle up here. On the hill by the lake. That's possible. Hold on. That's possible. The water park might look a bit sad in a spot. We don't have a pool anywhere. Could have a soccer field out here. That might not be a bad shout, actually. So, I'm gonna relocate all this. Just gonna pop that there for now. And I'm just gonna bring in... That is a free line. I'm gonna pull this out here. Where does it line up with that road there? Pull out Pinehurst Street, as you do. I think the route up to the stadium should be a pedestrian street. I want to line this up with something. I could just do it at the end. I'll just do it at the end. In fact, I'll come all the way around with it. If I could line it up with that there, and come back in like that. Just at the edge of that hill there, like that. It still needs a home, I know, so I'm gonna... I feel like I didn't know we had these small pedestrian streets. Maybe I should have. Hello, Ems, welcome in. Thank you for choosing to spend this these moments in Shaftesbury. I'm going to pop an alley up here. Like that. And I'll pop this on the alley. There we go. That's got a place. And then out here, where do we want to put this soccer field? I reckon we have it back here so people can get into the turnstiles and whatnot. That makes logical sense to me. There we go. Look at that. No crazy overpasses. Maybe some pedestrian bridges. We'll see. We'll see. Little soccer field here. Maybe we could also put the pool in. In fact, let me put parking in. We know that's going to be important. We know that's going to be important. Congratulations, Ems, on your 6 or 7 stream streak. The shaft brings all the viewers to the channel. That's what we say. Alright, tell you what do. We're gonna get this small pedestrian street. It doesn't need to be small. We'll get this other pedestrian street. And we'll run it adjacent to this if we can. Don't be a dick. Thank you. We'll do that. Parking will have to come in on that side because that's where the people are. All right. I think that's fine. Let's look at our pool. Or maybe we have the climbing center. I don't know. We could also have our tennis. I didn't mean to place that. I coughed. Oh my god. Go to it. Oh my, look at what it's done. Look what I've done. I've made a mess. Let's make that look a bit nice as well. We could have our tennis courts over here. Like our big, apparently there's also mini golf here. We'll put it in. Why not? Why not? I feel like we're gonna need a bigger parking lot now. We're gonna need some bit more paths. I could put in another person street up here. Give that something to connect to. Like that. Alright. I'll try and make this look better. As Danny and Emma will know, I made a new RP character yesterday. Finalized my plans for a would-be storyline to return to Southside. A bit of a slow burn Southside storyline to get myself involved with the Vargos in a very, very different way to Felix. I'm excited about the potential. I am excited about the potential for that storyline. I've got everything prepped from exactly the position on the map where I'm going to start my first stream. I know what fucking emotes I need. I've got keybinds. I'm excited about it. I said I would say these words on stream. There's going to be a bit of Season 2 of The Wire vibes. I think I now need to make this. But I wish it wouldn't do that. I mean, actually, no, that's absolutely fine. You know, I'm not... Obviously, I didn't necessarily want to get rid of Felix. I didn't necessarily have to. I'm fully aware, but it's just easier if I do. And it gives you, gives you the chance to do something new, which is always fun. So I got everything ready in such a way that I could have literally started it like tonight if I wanted to. Well, actually, no, not tonight, because I've got to do something else tonight. But I don't see the point. I'm going to wait until I get back. There's no point starting something now and then disappearing at the weekend and not coming back until the fucking end of August. So I'm going to wait. And it'll also... By the time I come back, I will have a fair assessment of whether the story I want to do is even possible. Let's say that. I don't want to start something that I'm going to say is going to take months and months. Something that I can work on for months. Only to not have the ability to do it. So I will not be keeping as close an eye on things when I'm away as I have done in previous years. As Danny can attest. But I will be keeping an eye. I'll be keeping a loose eye on what the server's like in my absence. But that was fair. Good afternoon, Napoleon. Welcome in. Just discussing my fledgling plans for my new Southside character. Let's do that. And I'll do some more down this side. Something needed over here, I think. Something needed over here. So I'm putting a lot of thought into this. I've used the character lab sheet that Fungman posted in the player workshop, which is actually tremendously useful, I have to say. Maybe a little place for people to eat. Maybe we get a unique commercial building over here. How about that? So yeah, very useful for getting in, like, you know, the minutiae of a character. Let me really think about him ahead of time. Good vibes, cocktail, welcome atmosphere. I've spent some time. I filled in the character lab, and then I spent some time just when the server was empty. I just spent some time in the world, like pretending, you know, well, not pretending, fucking role playing. Actually role playing, like, okay, what's this guy's daily life look like? So I've driven him, you know, I've taken him to and from work. I've mapped out what would be his regular routes. You know, I've gone and looked around. I've spent a load of time in the place where he works to see what peds are around, what kind of jobs he would be performing, because it's very much I'm doing my favorite thing of not you know, picking up an actual job mechanic. I've invented a job for myself, which is my favorite thing to do, as everybody knows. So I'm not actually gonna get paid for it. I'm not actually gonna make any money, but I've worked that into a story. This is a character in need of money. So, and he's gonna have to get some unusual methods of acquiring it. Oh, I like the Canopy Cafe. I like that. Let's pop this in. I like that. I really wish you could put water in. Like, I'd put, like, I don't know, water feature or something here. We've got this lake. I could divert this lake if I was feeling saucy. I'm not going to divert it under a fucking railway line, am I? Let's be honest. Let's be honest, I'm not doing that. It's going to be truly a new era. The first thing that both taxi employees have done since motherfucker Jones has taken over is go on holiday. Quite funny. Accidental plot point right there. Let's look at our small parks as well. We're really filling this out to be like a little... Eddie has spent his Fashion Week winnings wisely. Maybe. Well, those are the rumors. That's what Eric and Alan have been led to believe, that Pablo has been bought out. Don't know if there's any truth to the story. You know what? Oh, in fact, let's just extend the current lot here. Let's go all the way out with this. Look at that. That's lovely. This is this is the Wimbledon of the world after all. Let's make it nice. Let's make it nice. Is this the same material? Yes. Weasel News has been looking for Eddie Jones as well to do a follow-up interview. There's a chance you'll need to speak to Eddie. There is a chance. Truly, everything has changed. I've been thinking a lot about this new character and what I want to do with him. Now we talked about ways Danny can that we can continue to go on this south side journey together. But look, I'm gonna see what we can do. I'm not, you know, I like to think that I haven't used my role at Let's LP to be some kind of fucking propaganda merchant, right? I'm not gonna sit here and say everything's wonderful. When it's clear so many people have, you know, kind of lost interest in roleplay. But hopefully as the summer progresses, maybe, you know, people re-find that joy. Do I just want this to... I could put some little parky bits here. We can make our own little thing again. I probably shouldn't eyeball this. Oh god. I shouldn't do this. It's gonna drive me crazy if I do this. Ah! Fuck. I had the wrong thing selected as well. Nope. That ain't it. You know what? That's fine. That's fine. I've also got this clock tower. This funky clock tower. I think that people need a clock. It's cool. This is apparently Firthmore Street. I'm sure people who support rival soccer teams will call it Firthmore Street, though. I feel like this clock should be here, but I also don't want to... It seems to want to default in at this angle. What do it look like if I put that in? It's alright. It's alright. Needs to be a bit more to the right, though. Oh, now it's gone straight. Well, cheers. That's fine. Oh yeah. Now this looks like it belongs in a sports. Oh, these are from the. Oh no, they're from city stations. That's fine. These are definitely for transport hubs. Not for this. But you know what? It looks right. This is like a really barren spot. Can I put stuff under the... I can. These do not have to be perfect. Do not obsess over them. Do not obsess over them. There we go. Here's some Steam version. Godspeed. I kind of wish I'd moved them over a little bit more. There we go. Okay, that'll do. A little thing. Little food trucks on the outside. Little food court. Little outdoor food court or something. Alright. A few little things. Alright, that's a little thing. It's now the part of the stream where I've got to let this cat out of the room. One moment. I start streaming and I talk for just long enough that she wakes up from her slumber and goes, "You have disturbed me for the final time, sir. Good day with you." I said good day. Right. You see the difference? How we've turned this little shitty bit, which is just a hole in the ground, to a nice thing? You know what we need? You know what we need? I'm gonna put in some younger trees. What we got? We got the odd pine. No, we do traditionally have a bunch of older trees around as well, because this is the official tree of Shaftesbury, so gotta have a couple. When the seasons change and all these turn orange, all the trees we lined the streets with here are dead or dying because I didn't have preserve age on, because I'm an idiot. At some point, we're going to have to go on a massive replanting exercise. Now, there's a big empty space over here. Doesn't necessarily have to be filled. But I feel like it needs something. To be fair, we could just have taxi shelter, taxi shelter. And we haven't put any of these in. Oh, I can't do it because of the yoga. Because of my lawn. I can probably fix that. Let's go further back than that. Is this just gonna look weird now if I do this? I would like us to be somewhat more central. It's alright. Right. What can I do? I go around them, go right up to them like that. Create a new node here. Boom, boom, boom. Bosh, bosh, bosh. Here we are. Obviously, if we're gonna do that, then we're gonna have to do this. Like that. Wait. Oh, that's because of the fucking taxi shelters now. Alright, tell you what. If I have one on either side of the street, that works. Alright. And we've got our path here. Annoyingly, it's not going to be... That's not going to line up quite how I would like it to, so... I'm gonna do something a little bit weird, which is unlike me, I know. I'm gonna come in here. Do that. Do that. Get rid of that extra crossing, because we've got plenty there already. I think that's the best way to do that. I think that's the best way to do that. And then just do what we do. Do what we do. Sonic and Pac-Man are coming to Fortnite. I refuse. I refuse to reinstall. Only to play 2 games, and so is Leon. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Now we know we're not reinstalling. Now we know we're not reinstalling. I think this looks great. See what it looks like in the morning? Apart from the fact it's raining everywhere. This cafe is getting customers. Make it a bit cheaper to park there, that's fine. I think we've done alright with that. Whether anybody uses it is a different matter, but we'll see. I can't put another roundabout there. It would look too I know it's not truly a Shaftesbury location if it doesn't have roundabouts, but absolutely unnecessary. Even I will confess it's absolutely unnecessary. All right, people are coming to the tennis courts. Well, at least one person's coming on a bike. Right, the mini golf is very popular. That's where me and Danny would be. Yeah, it'd be good to see like people interacting here, and like same with the prison. It'd be good to see people in the yard. Prison still has only got 12 prisoners. The crime is just unbelievable in this city. We've got it absolutely locked down. Same with healthcare. How long has this hospital been here? 3 patients. 3 patients for this $1 million a month hospital. We've just built a city that's too good. The land value of this area must be magnificent. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Who are the wealthiest people? So we've got a couple on this new estate up here. The people living in this one block are very wealthy, very comfortable. In Briarwood Fields, which is what I kind of expected. Quite a few places in High Gardens. This has become a God, it's like GTA when it rains. This has become a very colourful and pleasing district. Goes under the radar these days. We don't come up here much anymore, but I think we did a good job with it. And clearly the fact that they're hoarding the wealth, I think that means we did a good job. I reckon this is actually a decent place for that castle. We'll see. I am thinking about it. I am thinking about it. Some say it's even grander than Napoli Hall. Which is why Napoli Hall gets no tourists. Oh my god, crime! Someone's stolen his motorbike! Someone has stolen this man's motorbike and he's been leaving all the way out here. Occupation, robber, Trilby family, Butler Street. I've forgotten his name. Oh my god, he's travelled so far to rob that fucking... Phil Trilby. What is your... Occupation student. Adult. So, while your wife is at university, slaving away at the incineration plant, you're going around robbing. What's this? Oh, add to follow citizens. No, we can follow people and check up on what they're posting on Chirper. Our education system is so amazing. Our city has the best internet connection ever. So many open jobs, so few workers. Yeah, we need more workers. Many places park my bike. So the person who's come to rob, he's possibly came to desecrate Napoli Hall. We'll never know. He's from Bedford End. He's all the way from Bedford End. He's travelled far to do this. Well, got a lovely little place for him. Lovely little place for him. Hope he enjoys it. Well, I'm really happy with this. I think we've turned this part of the city around. You know? I don't think we need to touch this anymore. I could hook up this alley. I don't think I need to. I don't think we need to. I'll just end up people using it as a little shortcut for no reason. This park fit in very nicely, though. Everyone's coming to this sports centre. Game set. Oh no. Yeah, they are. Oh, that's right. Skimping on the parking fees, are we? Again, it'd be good if we could watch people play. I don't think we've got the rock climbing place. Yeah, I kind of... I don't know where all my port stuff is. So I could just make a beach, but it's so far away. We'll figure something out. Well, I came back to do what we started the stream to do, so. Rock climbing place next to Napoli Hall. Are you sure about that? I don't think you thought this through. We could put it over here. If we want to finally link up these roads. Fuck it. Let's finally link up these roads. Apparently I'm not allowed. Is this too... We've got Madison Highway and Hawthorne Highway next to each other. Is this too... like... Do I need to widen this out? I'm messing with water. This is a risk. Playing with fire. Gonna leave that in that little island. Get these underwater trees now. Let this settle. Let the water settle. One mistake with water. You change the height of it accidentally somewhere by making a river slightly too wide. You can flood your city. We gotta keep an eye on things. We do genuinely need to keep an eye on things when we mess with water. Alright, is that wide enough to make a bridge now, though? Nope. What if I did that? It's too big. It's not wide enough. We need to go wider. Yeah! Make a drawbridge. Right. We're gonna have to go further. Uh oh. Oh no. Oh god, there's a surge. There's a surge. It's fine. It's fine. I tell you what. We came in pretty fucking close over here. I think that's fine, though. Can we now make a bridge? Why not? I know it's in water, but I want to make a bridge over the water. I think that's just too... I think we need to pull this out on this side. I know we're now making it. It's not happy with it on that side still, is it? I don't know what I'm supposed to do about this. I'm not sure quite what the problem is. Like, I could make it over there if I wanted. It would let me do something really dumb like that. Which looks awful. Just block the river. Clear out all the water. Can you imagine that? I just can't really make out what the problem is. I think I'm gonna have to give up. Making this river pretty big now. I'm gonna bring this out a bit more. It's fine. Look at my water pumping station now. And I'll give ourselves some more room over here to play with. In water. I know it's in water. That's what we've got a bridge for. Again, I could go up, but not in a way that I'm happy with. It's too steep. That's not. No one's going to be happy with this. No one's going to be happy with me if I do this. No one. I mean, I'm not happy this is a dead end either, don't get me wrong, but... Oh! Oh my god. Build up the defenses. Oh, it's okay. Oh, it's really not though, is it? Alright, we're okay downstream. Things have gone a bit messy over here. So we'll just build a key wall. How do I get rid of his water? Well, maybe we should pull this back the way it was. Look at all these trees we've left. This was a much narrower river when we left it. Look, there was almost an incident, but it's kind of fine. There we go. We'll just raise this up. There we go. There we go. There we go. Road services have sorted it. Can't see shit. Back to normal. Wow, yeah, that stupid boat remains one of my favorite visuals to this day. Right, well... What? This structure has been flooded and is being damaged. It's a fucking water pumping station! Right. Jesus. Speaking of water. We could do with some more of it. I haven't got enough for my advanced water pumping station because I spent all my points on an airport. Still gets a bit congested here, doesn't it? I think we need a little slip rail. That's probably not going to help anything, honestly, but, you know. And people are parking on the slip road. I know you're thinking these are pointless. I know that's what you're thinking. But it is possible to trick the simulation. Just gives you a dedicated left-hand turn. Not bad for buses, honestly. If we wanted to, we could... We could even make our transport lanes if we wanted to. I don't think we can afford to give up that amount of traffic, though. These roads would have to be upgraded, I think, before we could sustain that. I think we would have had to build the entire network with transport lanes in mind. City centre bus station. What's that look like? Wow. It's one to rival Preston, is that? There are ways to get an extra lane of traffic. But I think we're too far gone. We're too far gone for that now. Look at the state of this industrial district. I'm surprised, actually, that we're getting away with that, considering we know the wind direction is blowing all this shit into... and onto Cali Lake. I am amazed we're getting away with that. Quite frankly. Man, we haven't actually done that much. I know in my heart of hearts we need more residential. I just don't know where. I could create some apartments over here and pretend that... I could just pretend we're student housing. We could actually get away with another roundabout here, so... Start again. Well, rent housing is a good idea. I don't want them to be huge. Is the thing. We'll see what they look like. We'll zone in. Go rent housing. Probably for large apartment buildings. Right, we'll zone in some small ones and see what they look like. Like, what does a 3x3 look like, you know? That's not bad. That I can't accept, though. So, let's actually figure that out. It's never... Hold on. It's never fucking even, is it? That's fine. Because if we do that, and we do that, we do that, that gives us something down the middle. This isn't straight or anything, because I didn't actually line it up to be straight or anything. Which is slightly annoying, but there's not much I can do about that. I can't put a road in unless this is... I can't put like a parking or anything unless that's a road. Hum. Let's say I wanted that there. To disguise the fact that... Of course, it's not going to let me just easily link up the fucking path with this, is it? Because that would be stupid. That'd be crazy. The whole point is that we can have a link up the path, and yet it doesn't. It's not gonna let me. Unless I do it at a fucking angle? What? No, it works. What? Alright, well. We're just gonna disguise the fact that this is all weird and wonky. With paths. I changed our zoning. Yeah, I bet these UK buildings actually look pretty good here. Said no one ever. Urban Promenade. We need to remember that's actually from one of our creator packs. That's not a region pack. We haven't used that at all. But low rent. We want low rent. So let's say if I now did that. Doesn't have to be symmetrical. Let's see what they look like. Can I? I don't want a crosswalk. Why can I not snap these to 90 degrees? I don't know. Alright. Don't want a crosswalk. Ah, fuck it. We can bring one of this here. That looks weird for some reason. This is all pretty superfluous. I'm just, you know... making it look a bit more appropriate for students. I want to make it actually look like they can actually get around. That makes sense. And we'll put, you know, we're going to put some trees in it. You know, we're going to put some trees in it. Let's see what they look like. Could actually put the library on this side now. If we wanted to. I've actually... Oh, I should have pulled that out later. Then I could put the library a bit straighter along here. You live and learn. You could go over here, actually. There's absolutely nothing stopping the library from going out of there. And so it shall. There we go. We're extending the campus. We've got a library. It's got space for a thing at the back. Not really anything I can put there. Short was putting an alley in. And giving it some dedicated bike shelters or something. Its own dedicated little parking lot. I don't know. Something like that. Alright. These are fine. So we're getting 14, 15, 18. We're gonna need more than that. Just put some on the other side of the road. We're gonna need parking. We are gonna need parking. We need to remember that. No. They're doing a Netflix exclusive extended look at GTA 6 on the 27th. What? Oh my god. Holy shit. I can officially say that was not on our prediction list. Man. 3 PM Eastern. So what, is that like 8 o'clock our time? No, I mean, Danny, this is bigger than Trailer 3. They've done it. Netflix.com/GTA 6. That's fucking insane. The next look at GTA 6 is gonna be on Netflix. That's blown my mind. That's blown my tiny little mind. Netflix exclusive for 6 hours before it hits YouTube. That's fucking insane, man. And it's also kind of awful. It's terrible. There's absolutely no need for that whatsoever. Rockstar could do literally whatever they fucking liked, and they've done that. Wow. Well, I'll see you guys here for a live fucking reaction, I suppose. August 27th, 8 PM. Wow. I mean, you have to imagine that's a full blowout, right? It's not trailer free, it is an extended look. Extended look gameplay trailer. So that's there we are, that's the big one. That's what we've been waiting for. Wow. Wow. I did not have that on my list. Thanks for the heads up on that. So I could just spend a portion of the stream in shock. On the same day as the Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Volume 2 release, so, you know. Big conflict of interest. Well. Where was I? Oh yeah, building student housing. Oh, I can already taste. I can taste the discourse happening around that decision already. Oh. I can taste the vitriol from here. This is not symmetrical in any way that I'm going to be happy with. So, can we do... Oh yeah, we can get some tiny ones in there. Let's do that, but then we'll do another 3x3 here. And I don't know if there's any reason to go back. Oh, there is, because I can go around here and if I do that, I can squeeze some more in, man. I can squeeze some more in. That means we are gonna probably want a crossing there, but I know what's gonna happen if I know what's gonna happen if I put a crossing in there. So I'm still not doing it. There we go. That's fine. Magnolia Street. It gives us the opportunity to make a bigger one here. It's still not going to be that big, so that's fine. Alright. That is a bit close to that road for my liking, but... low-rent housing for the students. These are actually going to be taller. We're going to need more parking, aren't we? I can't put them on dual carriageways. It has to be a highway. Sadly. I'm just going to put in some more parking at the sides here. Who cares? We should make this all things so they can cycle in. Because why would they drive from here? They're just going to fucking walk from here, realistically, anyway. I always go overkill with bicycle storage. They never need bicycle storage this big. In fact, I'll just do mediums. I'll just do mediums. They never need that much bicycle storage. Netflix. Let's detail all this. Hold on. All right. There's gaps in these lawns, but what am I going to do? What's a guy to do? I'm still recovering from the news. Oh, I wish it was sooner. We could have watched it together. We could have reacted together, Danny. I'm going to be back at fucking work on the 27th. Well, if I go back sooner, I don't have to be at work, I suppose. I don't have to be at work on the 27th, but it's entirely possible that I will be. I often forget I can just extend the textures of the existing geometry. Very useful. Keeping things relatively uniform where possible. Well, you know, maybe it's coming at a good time. Maybe an injection of GTA discourse will get people in the mood to play some GTA. And then I'll be primed to kick off a new story on my return. For very selfish reasons. It's not a conversation I enjoy having. Because I've put so much of the last half decade into Let's RP that I don't enjoy feeling it all slip away. Or, You know, look, I'm a realist. Nothing lasts forever. Nothing lasts forever. But it's frustrating when I know there's so much more I want to do. And I might not be able to do it where I want to do it. Because I don't think it'll be as good anywhere else. Maybe I just put trees in there to pack that in. My views do not represent the Let's LP management team. But I think Let's LP needs a wipe. Possibly 7 or 8 businesses that are inactive. So there can be no complaints from all those players if there was a wipe. Going into... Yeah, a wipe is excessive. A wipe is very excessive, but there needs to be a reset. It needs to be rescaled. When 3.0 launched, we were very, very methodical about who we were going to give businesses and what type of businesses we were going to give out. And I think at some point we became too generous. We became too generous, and now there's too many businesses that are just sitting there with nobody running them. Which is exactly what we were trying to avoid. I don't know how you perform that reset without a wipe. I'm sure there's a way. Let's Shaftesbury. There's a lot of comparisons to be made with Shaftesbury here. We've invested a lot of time and effort into it. We've expanded over a large space. You know, you know what the brand is. We've got all these roundabouts. We've got a consistent brand, but we've got all these fucking businesses out here with not enough customers. So there you go. Everything's connected. Everything's connected. Again, this is just me talking. This is just me spitballing on a stream. But, like, I can't sit here today and tell anyone here that Let's RP is the home of cinematic roleplay. I can't say it's the best place to be for telling stories. Because it's just not true. I can do that. I can do that if I clean up these. No one's got any reason to be coming in from over here, but... Ah, fuck it. That is exactly the problem, Napoleon. You have hit the nail on the head, my friend. People have... I genuinely mean this when I say people have forgotten how to roleplay without pre-arranging stuff. And that's across the board. I'm including my own business in that. I mean, look, there's not much news to cover, which is why Weasel News are becoming fucking entertainment hosts. But, like... everything has to be a meeting. Everything has to be prearranged a week in advance, and then no one turns up until it begins, and then everyone leaves when it ends. People have forgotten how to just roleplay their characters outside of these little things. And the problem with that is that when you're only running like an event-based server, it just makes everyone clump together in very unhealthy ways. I know we're having a meeting like I don't have many reasons to, you know, I want to be on Wolf, you know. People have become too reliant on the friend groups. That's always been a problem. It's you know, wherever you go, whatever your server you're on, that's always going to be a thing, right? You're going to have people who are only going to RP when other certain people are around. And you can have some of those people. That's absolutely fine. But you need people outside of that to break, you know, to bridge those connections. And we are lacking those bridges at the moment. Unfortunately, a lot of people who were very good at that have moved on. I know some people have gone to Red Dead, gone back to Red Dead. Some people have just gone to different servers. It's a shame. It is a shame. And I think you just need to rescale, quote unquote, the business around what we've got and then build out again. There's too much existing bullshit in too many places that needs to be cleared out. You know? There's too many existing structures that no longer apply. And things need to, like... Again, this is just me talking. There is no CID division in PD. My massive hope... I thought there was so much potential with CID. And it's gone. It's non-existent, right? So, you know, rescale it. Rescale the department. Obviously, there needs to be a police chief at some point. Rescale the department to fit what we've got. Same with EMS. You know, there's no EMS about. You gotta have some. You gotta have, even if it's just one or two occasionally popping on. That makes a massive difference. And again, rescale it. Rescale it to the population. Take away all these businesses that aren't running, and I'm gonna start calling people out because, you know, I think there needs to be honesty. It's time for everyone to be honest about what they want to do. If you don't want to do it anymore, just say so. I don't want to be sitting here looking at, you know, no, there's Tequila Law is non-existent, Nocturnal's non-existent, Beam Machine's non-existent, Yellowjack's non-existent. Where's Hawthorne's? What? The Hornies is gone. You know, just be honest. We do need more. We need a lot of motorcycle parking. You know, in some of those cases, people are, you know, the reasons that some people are gone, and that's fine. I hope they're gonna come back. There's something wrong with motorcycles here. Again, this is just me spitballing. We need to... We've got, you know, Flash is tremendous. If you're... Again, I was on the server the other night with like 2 or 3 other people. But because one of those people was Flash, we had some good times. The PD needs to be rebuilt around Flash. Because I feel for the guy. At the end of the day, he has no command team. Flash has no command team, and it sucks for him, and I feel for him. I'm going to be in so much trouble if anyone watches this VOD back, but I don't care, because I want Let's RP to still be here when I come back off holiday. And I worry that it might not be if, you know, we aren't honest about what needs to change or what needs to happen. Just because someone's been in a department a long time doesn't mean they've earned the right to keep that space. Just because someone's owned a business for a long time doesn't mean they deserve to keep that business. Strip it back, rebuild it around the people who want to be here and want to tell stories. And there is a way to make good. There's still so much passion there around the people who want to tell those stories. It can work. There are some very enthusiastic players who I love RPing with. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy, but the easy days are gone. Alright? Look, the easy days are gone. We know there's a big thing coming down the tracks with GTA 6, so you gotta work with what you got, you know? Alright. Is this a little, decent enough little student neighborhood or what? It's also like, you know, this was not meant to become another how do we fix Let's RP stream. But the problem was massively yeah, you're right on that, Napoleon, as well. Like the problem was highlighted the other night, right? If you ask a bunch of people, all right, what's the main problem? Well, there's not enough new players. We had a player, a brand new player to roleplay, come on the other night. Streamed it. He streamed it. And there was no one there. It was painful to watch. You know, I not to fucking break the illusion, but I had to play like 3 different characters just to try and, you know, make sure he had a decent time. You can't. It's very hard to attract new players when there aren't any old players, you know? It's very difficult. This is supposed to be a mature 4-year-old server. And it's a hard sell. It would be an easier sell if Let's RP was brand new. Change the name of it. Change the name, drop the 3.0, drop the version numbers and all that stuff. Treat it as a new little thing. And see what happens. But it's hard. No one wants to do that. It's hard. There's no easy answers. RP Let's, there we go. I've always said, you know, I don't know. I like to think I've kind of reached the end of my runway in terms of what I can do to sell this to people without players. It's not fucking easy, all right? Let me tell you. So, if Troy's made only business with restrict, leave it pinned. Leave it pinned. That's fine. It's legit. I'm of the opinion now that, you know, there's nothing for me to record anyway. So, you know, there's not much for me to be getting on with in that regard. We just need to get back to the basics of people enjoying their roleplay again. And then the players will come. The players will come. But not unless we get there first. I'm not good at Let's say, look, these are just my opinions. I don't, you know. I've been wrong plenty. Thank you very much, Emma. Thank you very much for hanging out. These conversations will continue, no doubt. I wish there were more things you could just attach to paths. You know? No, I don't think we will this time. I mean, it will definitely happen still, but, you know. I think ultimately, at the end of the day, I'm tired of talking about it. And that's my biggest concern. I feel like all we do for years is talk about how do we get more players and keep more players. I just want to roleplay. That's all I wanted. With this new character, I've got so in the weeds of how the potential of the story I want to tell. And the long-term potential of it. But it's forever looming over me that I might not get there. I might not get that chance. I'm gonna just pack this with alders. Do I plan on bringing any characters to sick term, whatever I call it, apart from Jay? I've only got Jay in my head, but even then, you know, it depends. We don't know we know so little. It's hard to say what that's going to look like. I joked with Fongman that we'll next see Jay Walker and Oliver Patterson in the GTA Online lobbies. Fucking Vice City Team Deathmatch online races. That's where they meet up next. I suspect apart from... Because I laid the ground so early for that, I have to do... Jay Walker will only return in Vice City. And very likely the same for Oliver Patterson. But apart from that, I think everything else will be brand new. Well, maybe. Well, it depends, I suppose, you know. There's gonna be Weasel news, so who knows? It's for one other voice I can do, so maybe... Jay and Wolf are the two likely candidates to live on in the future. Now, it is traditional that we put our pine trees on our education roads. It's very tree heavy now over here, but I think that's fine. Yeah, bring back Jasmine. Oh yeah, I think Jay is almost certainly a lock, but I think outside of that, there could be. We have no idea. We haven't seen. I mean, we haven't seen anything, have we? You know, think about how big that state's gonna be. We haven't seen pretty much anything out in the sticks. You know. What about the new park rangers, the new national parks of Leonida? Who knows? Maybe we will see more of what is possible on August 27th on Netflix. Gotta tame. Hey, we've seen on that very first trailer we had with fucking alligators going into stores. Remember? You might actually have to fucking get out there and capture these animals that are breaking into fucking stores and places. We'd have hovercrafts. We'd be able to fucking roam around on hovercrafts. Man. We'll get a taste tonight of how Orla and Wolf's relationship would be. At some point, I need to break Wolf out of his current personality. In my head, it has to be California who's responsible. I think this looks nice now. I think that's fine. It looked a bit exposed at first, but as usual, the trees have fixed it. I still, to this day, can't really fathom what type of game GTA 6 is going to be. I know it's going to be a GTA game, right? But there were some interesting things in that Vice City pre-order pack and when the pre-orders launched that made for interesting reading. And I don't think we talked about it. I don't think we talked about it on stream, but there was a mention of loot. And just that one word changed everything in my head for what the game's gonna be. GTA has never had loot. Never. Like, you pick up ammo. You've got all your guns hidden away on your person and you just run over bodies and pick up ammo and shit. Like, that's the loot. Or money. It's like, oh, you get to infiltrate these areas with high tier loot. Like, what? And then you think of Red Dead, and you think of like the fences. I think we're gonna see stuff like fences and pawn shops play a much bigger role, I think. But I don't know how they get the balance right with that. Like, when you think about Red Dead, you know, you had to store stuff on your horse to take it back and stuff like that. Is this going to be... there's gifts of Jason and Lucia getting stuff in and out the boot of a car and stuff. Like, that could be... I don't know. There's a very fine line between, you know, immersion and tedium. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy to find out. And I guess we will very soon what that's all going to look like. How do you make a GTA... The question, how do you make a GTA game off the back of Red Dead 2 without... It's hard to vocalize, but you know what I mean. There are some things they will strip back because it's a GTA game, but other things I think they will have asked the question, how do we do this? How do we evolve this series? And it's going to be fascinating to find out. It's going to be absolutely fascinating. I think that is the one big advantage, right? They are not beholden to anyone. They are not beholden to anyone's timescales, right? Apart from the players. This game would not be coming out unless it was ready to come out. You know what I mean? But like, I mean, this is still, you know, when you think about a GTA game, right, and the crazy shit you do, seeing that with, what are we looking at? 8 years of advancement over Red Dead 2? I cannot picture it. I cannot picture it in my mind. Like, the thing that people always go back to is that first trailer with the packed beach. And just, okay, well, what if I took a fucking buggy and just mowed all these people down? What does that look like? With, you know, think of how gory and stuff Red Dead could be. Could GTA 6 reignite the conversation, the national conversation? Will there be debates in political houses about the realism of GTA 6? That's when you know it's a good GTA game. Oh, this violence is too realistic. I'm looking at this like I need to do more with it, but I'm kind of happy with it. We've got so much demand for housing, though. I could absolutely put in more apartments. Maybe I should over here. Maybe I should. I put in so many trees now. Oh, X is going to be diabolical. Absolutely diabolical. I'm not looking forward to the fucking slop on YouTube on like day 2. I'm gonna open YouTube like the day after launch and be presented. Help! Be presented with all the fucking endings. Oh, I can't believe you can do this in GTA 6. It's gonna be painful. It's gonna be painful. A GTA game releasing in this age, having every fucking permutation of the game revealed in YouTube shorts. If I put this in like down the middle, I suppose that kind of works out. Think about our parking. Think about our paths. The big paths always look a bit weird, but it's fine. I could do this. I could do something weird like this. Which I admit the parking has kind of fucked, but... let me just have a look-see. Can I even have... oh, you totally can. Actually soaked up all the demand for that. What traffic coming in here all of a sudden, isn't there? I never made this a roundabout. Hold on. I'll upgrade those. I almost feel like this now needs extending. It's gonna break something there if I do that. Pop that there. Pop that there. That's not me trolling, that's actually gonna work. All right. And yeah, talking about what we were talking about, crime and stuff before, I got distracted. I 100% agree. It's always been a hard balance. I'll say, I think with Flash, you have a great foundation to work with to rebuild PD with a different structure, which suits what we've got. And once you've got that, you know, more regularly. Like I want nothing more. I've never had, you know, I tried with Felix multiple times. But I wanna be a better criminal. I want the opportunity. I want to be out there doing stuff. And you know, my guy is, well, too many spoilers. You know, I want to be, you know, I want this guy to escalate from. They're all, you know, I don't know timescales or anything like that. You know, there's been plans for a big expansion of petty crime. For a while, I'd love to see the return of the bigger heists as well. You know what? I'm going to make that a free line. Give them a dedicated right-hand turn. Yeah, I think there's definitely more to do. There's definitely other ways to go with that stuff. I don't know what the best solution is there, though. Like, as it is at the minute, as far as I know, you know, there are people who know where the Monkey Man is currently, and, you know, he's going to stay there until he's arrested. Like, once he's been found, but you got to keep the secret. And people are very bad at keeping the secret. That's one of those things you'd look at in what, you know, in what I'm calling this reset, and go, okay, let's scale it back again. Scale it back. make it more accessible for people until you're at a more sustainable level, and then you can look at making changes again. As I say, if the product is too big, and there's not enough customers at the moment, it needs to be scaled back. Again, it's not for me to make these decisions. That's just my opinion. I like these little blocks. I like these. These have worked out quite nicely here. It's got a distinct look from the other section. Oh, that's all I'm doing as well. As I say, my views are not representative. My views are not representative of the Let's All Peak management team. As I say, I've kind of gone as far as I can with my input on things. But I think there needs to be a reset. Pack him in, man. Look at that. That's right. You're all getting spiders on the top floor. Again, if you were doing a reset, those were the type of things you'd, you know, scale back the options a little bit, but make the options that are there clearly defined. And I'm in a tough position at the minute, because you know how things, you know how things go around Halloween time. You know, we've got what I think is a very cool plan for Halloween, but realistically, I can't work on it because you make, it's like Fashion Week, right? You plan for a certain amount of people, but you know you're not realistically, you don't gonna get them. I don't think there can be a traditional Halloween event this year. I think that's, as I say, you know, we got back to basics. It's so close to GTA 6 as well. There's no easy answers. There's no easy answers. You can't spend months planning stuff like that. Oh, I've got my PowerPoint. I've got my different phases. I've got all the potential dev tasks. I've got it all laid out. But realistically, I cannot ask anyone to work on that for the next, you know, to spend 3 months working on that only for no one to be there by the time we get to it. So I don't see it happening. I'd like to come back at the end of August and be more comfortable planning things. Do we think the people here are actually... Nope. She's an employee at Hollywood, which is over here. Well, look, in our heads, in our minds, this is all student accommodation, alright? What it actually is doesn't matter. We know what it is. And let me reiterate again, for anyone watching back this VOD for some reason. I'm not, you know, I'm not undermining things. I'm just my thoughts. I think there needs to be an honest conversation. You know, at the end of the day, I've been out here trying to promote and grow a brand that even the founder of said brand turned their back on. There's only so much I can do. Until I decide, you know, well, it's kind of out of my hands now. I'm gonna RP and try and tell some stories, and things will work out how they want. It's fine. I've emotionally detached myself after a long time. Well, to a degree. But that's... I've kind of had to. Like... When I'm looking at, you know... After not a great spring, I've been in some discomfort, physical discomfort for the summer. So, you know, I've made the decision to detach myself from the project. Like, everyone's had my thoughts. Everyone knows what I think needs to happen, but I can't do anything else. I've done my bit. I've played my part. I think we should have a road that goes along here. Danny, I'm actually thinking... What if your beach was here? What if the beach was at the uni? All I want is to be in a position to get as excited as I am about this potential story, but not have to worry about whether it's possible, and just do it. I don't want to fucking sit here in, you know, a couple of weeks' time and say, all right, guys, hi, I'm here on Prodigy RP with my new character. Like, I want to do it. I want to do it at Let's RP. Should this be a gravel road? This has to reconnect here, I think. Actually, that's not great. But I think it's necessary. I don't think there's anywhere else to go with that, really. Short of bringing a road out here dedicated for the beach, but that's cutting it very, very fine. It would bypass for students, which... Let me have a look at it. I just saw another Hyacinth Street, then. Did you see that? A what? And I can't build out here? What? What? Eh? I don't know what's happening there. What's happened here? That was very strange. That was very strange. I'm gonna try this. This might be a terrible mistake. But I would like to bypass. I would like people to be able to come to this beach who aren't students, but I don't want to disturb. I don't want to drive through that traffic. Don't know if I can actually fix this. I do this every time. I come in from different sides and think I can sort it out. I can't. I'm not that good. Right, I really want to pack in these trees here. Spruces! Not many spruces in the city. So this is exciting. I think I got excited by the spruces last time. One thing I don't know is to think about alternative storylines and make the character made for a group gang in case that group disappears. 100%. 100%. Like, I've made my guy to reconnect with Vargos because I really enjoy RPing with those guys, but what if by the time I, you know, it's meant to be a slow burn. What if there are no Vargos by the time I get there? I hope there are. I think Trams, J-Star, Arcane are fabulous. But, you know, I don't expect them to wait for me to get there. Putting a lot of trees where I'm meant to have this beach, I know. I just want to make sure this is isolated a little bit, and then we'll let me clear out some trees now.
Certainly glad you could join us today.
Oh, it's Snoop. Thank you so much for the follow, mate. Appreciate that. Hope you're doing well. We're going to try and build a little beach here. See how it goes. Now, we need to talk, by the way, about Vito. I've got a potential opportunity. I don't want to post it in Player Workshop. I could have posted it in Player Workshop, but I think it would work for Vito, given what interaction, what kind of things you've done with him before. No, it's used to play Skylines 1 when he's back having fun. We are indeed. I also played a lot. I played a lot of Skylines 1. I tried to get into Skylines 2. I had a lot of false starts. But I'm really happy with the direction Iceflake can put in a lot of fixes for the new developers, and I'm really having a good time with it. Not least because what we're about to do was not possible before the last big update, which was just to paint on a beach here. I'm gonna have to do some work with the terrain. Now, I know you wanted a pier. That might not be as easy to do here. Bring it up to a tree line a little bit. Paint the sea. All right. Yeah, I'll take your word for that. Well, you know, I've got to appease her from time to time. To be fair, I spent the start of the stream making a mess over here to have a beach. And now I think over here might be work. But yeah, I will be sliding into your DMs about a potential thing for Vito. If you're interested. I think it could be interesting. It would make me more comfortable. It would make me happier about things when I come back to do it. Now, these might... So can I run a path? I mean, that's a grave... I don't... I need like a wooden path. You know what I mean? Look at that. Well, not many beachy places, you know? Maybe there's a concrete one over here. That doesn't look great, does it? It does expect me to link it up with a path, but if I build a path in here... Ah, you know what? You know what? That looks absolutely fine. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna need to do is if we get a gravel road that runs just along the edge of the tree line, like this, like this, like this. Then we can put in some beach parking. A few little gravel lots. For people to leave their motorbikes on. And then we can hook up the paths to the gravel road. Like that. Have another route down here, like that. And we'll have another... one that goes on the tree line. Da, 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 da. Like that. Put these up here like that. People have got plenty of options to get in and out. I have to hook up this other pier. Yeah. Well, it felt like a demand. I'm gonna get all dirt. Actually, no, I'm gonna keep the sand, but put the strength down. Oh, yeah, look at that. You know, sand's blown to the other side of the street. Just in spots. But then over here it's a bit more. There you go. Look at that. Makes it a bit more natural, you know? There we go. What I like about what Danny's doing is that no one has accused her of giving her demand. Apart from me, of course, but I'm happy for this argument to play out. There we go. Do we have any beach props? What would we have on a beach? Oh, we're like, oh, we can have so many stages. How about some... We're gonna have to do tents. I don't think we've got any, like, beach stuff. Hold on. Yeah. There you go. There you go. It immediately looks more beachy. I know they're tents, but... Oh, yeah. Some people are drowning over here. Look at that. Look at what we have made. Danny's Deados 2 for all the people who drown at the beach. Do we have any unique things? The lobster tail? A seafood restaurant? Perhaps? I think the lobster tail is going to be the way to go here. Just out here. Near the beach, but not on the beach. And close enough to the parking. Yes. Little play park. Small playground there. Some canopy parkettes along the tree line. Observation tower in the middle. Maybe a gym? Gym on the beach? There you go. I kind of wish that wasn't grass. I know we can just say it's artificial grass, but I'm going to move it to the other side. A bench facing with gym. Let's see. That looks, there you go. Make sure you've got multiple options. There you go. And there's one ready-made. Look at that. Right. And I'm looking forward to no one ever coming here. People will surely come. Oh, not enough customers, huh? People will surely come. Need to think about bicycle parking. A lot of students with bikes. Hotel, huh? I assumed that was going to be under residential. But I guess a hotel is a business. Mix, maybe? What the hell's that? Ah. Almost looks like it belongs. It's not a seaside town. It's not Blackpool. It's behind a university. Suppose getting people here is going to be difficult. You've got the bus stop here. Still a bit. It's a bit of a walk. Maybe I need a shuttle to the beach. A dedicated bus line brings people to the beach. So we'll start here. Not gonna go to the college. Not gonna go to industrial. It will go to High Garden. It will go to... It's not gonna go to Emerson Field. It will go to Briarwood. It will go to Bedford. It will go to Walnut. Nelbell. It'll go to Nelbell. It'll go to Redwood. And then come back to the beach. It's a big route, is that? It is a big route. Bus line 7. It's gonna be orange. Beach shuttle. It's gonna bring everyone to the beach. How many buses we dedicate to that line? Multiple buses being dedicated to this. That's probably too many. Yeah, we don't need 18 buses. It is a big route. I'm gonna scale that back. I'm gonna scale that back to 10 vehicles. For the time being and see what happens. When we see our orange buses about the place, we'll know. All of our buses are out. We can build an extra garage. Somewhere. I didn't leave room for my extension. Easily solved. Shit. We do need a bus tour. Alright, hold on. This can be an alley. Right. Problem solved. Need more buses? We've got more buses. I need to remake my beautiful cul-de-sac now. Otherwise, what has it all been about? Right, we've now got 35 buses available. And we can have more. Oh, it's working. It's getting customers. Some people parked. Just some. Considering how many buses I've sent out, I'm not actually seeing that many, to be fair. We're probably all stuck in traffic somewhere. Just type yes in your spreadsheet instead. Look, that's for kind of, Oh, remember when I made this? People are not meant to be using those to park. I'm going to get rid of them. Preserve the sanctity of the roundabouts. What we need are overpasses. That's what we need. Shaftesbury excitement transcends the stream itself. Everybody loves the shaft. Get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of that. There we go. There we go. No more stopping for pedestrians. Oh, wait. Why has that done that? Did I just put large ones down like an idiot? Oh, for God's sake. People were happy to go on the paths to use them, so I appreciate that, but... What's said has been said. There we go. Also causing chaos here. I'm making some changes. There we go. Alright, hopefully that will start to figure itself out. Oh, it's my beach bus! Now, if I plan to have bus lanes, it's a lot busier down here than it used to be. Man, it's a long route. It is a long route. But it's working. We've done all that just to get this place customers, really. I think it looks nice, though. I think it looks nice. Still not happy with the amount of traffic here, though. Oh, that stream is what got me into City Skylines, unironically. Genuinely is. That's why I started playing it myself. Ignore the hearses. I think that will sort itself out. Ooh, I like what some of these towers have done. Look. Some of our towers are fully upgraded. They got those curves and that glass. Once you realize what's going on, the slow build-up of hearses and ambulances is just... beautiful. Oh, there's a lot of buses waiting on this one stop, Paulson. Can I move this without breaking the line? Let's find out. Yes, that's good. That's better. This is meant to be a quiet part of town. Look at the state of this. Just parading himself around as the citizens drown in their own shit. Oh. There's a connection between those City Skylines streams and me playing GTA Roleplay. We've created such a beautiful city. Like, it surpassed my own expectations. Only 3 patients here now. Still only 12 prisoners. I guess it's going to be 12 prisoners until they die. Still going, Emma. I am getting hungry now. I think we are going to wrap it up in a minute. But we've expanded our student accommodation a little bit more. We've built a beach. We've got the Lobster Tail Seafood Restaurant, which has its own bus line to ship people into it. I think that line is being used. I know, I should have had natural disasters on. I regret that now, because I would have had to do wildfires and all kinds of shit. I don't think you can turn it on. I think you've got to make the choice at the start. I would have turned it on already. Yep, it's got to be a new city. Starting over. Say goodbye to Shaftesbury. Maybe there's a way to mod it back in. I don't know. Crime at the bus depot. I think people are using that bus lane not to get here. No, let's see. How many people are left on this bus by the time it comes back? Alright, there's 35 people. Are they gonna get off here though? One person. Well, it's doing enough, I suppose. It's doing enough. The students have a restaurant to go and eat. Go to main menu, select load game, click on your save file. Map options button. Oh. Alright. I think we'll call that there. We'll call that done. The deck chairs. Oh yeah. All right. The beach is a mess. There you go. That's our beach. I think that's good. I think we've done a good thing over here. I think this looks nice. We've got low rent apartments. We haven't added too much traffic, just fucking buses. I think that looks nice. I didn't expect to be doing all that. I thought we'd be over here, but I bought all these tiles for no reason. We'll think of a reason. That's nice. Right, let's see. We're going to save it. We went back to New Grave the other day. Just to have a look around. Very different. Over right. Let's go to the main menu. Map up. Oh. Oh my goodness. Natural disasters on. Thank you, Ems. If you're not in the Discord, !Discord. If you enjoy guessing video games from blurry screenshots, come on in. If you are a subscriber to the channel, if you've been gifted a sub, or if you have subscribed yourself, or if you've used a Prime sub on the channel, there is a dedicated channel in my Discord where I give away all my disused humble choice keys. So there may well be some video games in that list going unclaimed. There are many video games in that list going unclaimed. If you are subscribed to the channel, join the Discord, come say hi. Go and find some games to play. Alright? That's my first pitch for joining my Discord in about 2 years. So, said it. So, presumably natural disasters are now on. Presumably. Which means we're going to have to think about emergency shelters. Yeah, earthquakes could have... Tornado could come. We need a disaster response unit. Well, we know what the next stream's going to be. I'm going to save it, go back and make sure that's still checked. Might finally have a purpose for a hospital. Alright, natural disasters are still on. That's a good shout. Well done, Napoleon. Thank you. Good shout. If you didn't see my return to New Grave the other day, this is the same map, remember? We built on the same map. Look how different this is. So this is where we come in. Immediate cemetery on the right. Transformer station. No detail. No detail. Not enough trees. You see the difference the trees make? Where our college is, we've got commercial. Just this mess. Still got some row homes here. This is our main street. We essentially did the same thing with just building a dual carriageway up the center and seeing what happens. Unlike our tunnel we've made, apparently we decided just to go wild through the forest here. Massive landfill in Naptropolis. Where we've got towers and a welfare center, we built a landfill. So this is Ems Grove. This is where all our nice apartments are. We went for a big elementary school here. Road maintenance depot instead of cul-de-sacs. Maisie Meadows replaced by a high school and a bus depot. We went for a lot of mixed residential and commercial here. filled the streets with cars. We had a massive fucking gravel suburban bit here with Shania Twain's mansion. Living out in the fucking sticks. Just a mess. And then our big circular farm. We've got our farms in the same place, but very different style. So this is where I've got my campsite. Not enough trees again, not enough trees. I can only say that Danny's the reason Miss Twain lives there, honestly. Very, very different vibes here. And we somehow went for wind power. We decided that wind power was completely impossible, but here they are. So it's actually a cleaner city. There's actually less pollution, apart from a giant landfill on top of a hill. It's actually a cleaner city. But what a mess. The things you learn, huh? That's progress right there. That's progress right there. Well, folks, join me next time as we prepare Shaftesbury to face potential natural disasters courtesy of Napoleon. But I'm happy with the beach we made. We expanded our university complex. We built that little sports complex, remember? We spent a lot of time on that little sports complex. Very happy with that. We filled in some gaps. Thank you for a bit as always, Danny. Thank you all for continuing your stream streaks. I appreciate it. And we've done some ranting and spitballing about the future of Let's RP as well. So all in all, thank you, Ems. Thank you. Now it's a stream. So all in all, a very productive stream. We'll cram in another one. We might have one or two more left in us before I'm gone for a few weeks. So I appreciate all of your... That's so loud. As it should be. As it should be. So yeah, thank you all for all of your support across these many Shaftesbury streams. We'll see what we can do before I disappear. I appreciate you all. Thank you very much. Thank you for the bits. Thank you for the follows. Thank you for the subs and gift subs over this period. It's been a very, you know, as you know, it's been a wild period for me, and all of your support is greatly, greatly appreciated. It does come in clutch from time to time. All right, I've said what I've said. If you've been lurking, thank you very much for lurking. I'll see you when you get there.